Good evening, CanHammer fans. Your source for 40K from the Great White North. Welcome to Read It Along with this month's White Dwarf. I guess it's a couple of days late because we had a Thanksgiving holiday, and so mail was delivered late by a day, and so better late than never. But here's my copy of White Dwarf for October 2017, and on the cover is Shadespire, which is this exciting new I won't call it Age of Sigmar because it's not really, but it's a new boxed game that's kind of a standalone game based on the Age of Sigmar universe, and it's even got its own website, so it's a proper standalone thing that hopefully GW will continue to support. A lot of their boxed games are just one-offs, or so hopefully this will become a thing. I know Chris is super excited about it, and I'm kind of excited about it as a fast way of getting some people together to play some tabletop gaming. So let's crack on. Here we are. So what's interesting is this is what a Stormcast looks like. I'm not sure if that's what a Stormcast is supposed to look like, but that's what a Stormcast looks like without the helmet on. There you go. Never even thought about it. So Necromunda. So when is Necromunda coming? That's the real question. Because I'm semi-interested in Necromunda, but we don't know when it's coming. It just says coming soon. So I guess we'll see. Alright, so this is all about Shadespire trapped in the depths of the mirrored city. Only the bravest warriors have a chance of escaping the cursed city of Shadespire. So the game was we already know the game is coming with 3 Stormcast models and 3 Khorne Bloodborne models. Here they are. And of course one guy doesn't have his helmet on. And so the question is, what else is going to be supported? I heard rumors of Skaven and Undead. We've already seen pictures of the skeleton models and orcs. So I guess we'll see. New thing, of course, coming out. All the Death Guard continues to trickle out week by week. All the new models. Some here details on Shadespire. So it's going to be played on a sort of mat like this, or a board. It's going to be card based. And looks like there's some custom dice as well, and lots of tokens and things. So really kind of heading into the more board gamey area than tabletop gaming. Here are the miniatures, which look awesome. And you get 5 Khorne miniatures, which also look cool. So Shadespire. Bit of history around Shadespire. Brand new tactical arena combat game. You get 2 warbands, Stormcast Liberators, and Khorne Bloodbound. Card decks for each, 2 double-sided game boards, objective tokens, counters, and dice. Push fit miniatures, no glue required. A deck of extra cards for customizing your warband's decks. Extra ploys, upgrades, and objectives allowed you build your decks to suit your own style of play. So I assume there'll be expansion decks. 2 sets of card sleeves, 1 set for each of the factions to store your cards in, and plenty of more warbands to come in the future. Expansion box will add new factions and of heroes with a set of bespoke new cards. Pretty cool. So here's more Death Guard coming out. The Death Shroud Bodyguard and the Blight Lord Terminators. We've already seen most of these new Plague Marine models, multi-part Plague Marine models, the Plague Marine Champion and the Icon Bearer just released this week. And the Plague Burst Crawler, which is that cool mortar looking tank, as well as the new Fetid Bloat Drone, just slightly different from the, it's got different weapon options than the original Bloat Drone. Foul Blight Spawn and Plague Surgeon, and the Biologus Putrefier, and of course the Tallyman. So the full range, I believe, is out, and that's a lot of new releases for the Death Guard, and of course Typhus. Crazy detailed models. Look at these flies around the arm of Typhus. And then there's like around the back of his head, there's like all these smoke and plague flies. It's pretty crazy, the detail on these models. So the codex is out, of course. We've already read that. And Firestorm. So this is kind of a new way of like a new campaign for Age of Sigmar, which comes with these new box sets that we've already seen. And the new Battlefield on a Box Moonbase Clasius, which is a 5x6. So no, 5.6 by 3.4. So not quite 4x6, which is unfortunate. Why don't they just make a 4x6 mat? I don't understand why they don't do that. And it comes with some easy to build scenery, just some walls and things, nothing too crazy. Yeah, it'd be nice if they actually made it like a proper size mat, but anyway. So here is the Sisters of Silence Charon Pattern Acquisitor, which is an ugly ass looking thing. So Necromunda coming soon, more gangs and things. Of course, they don't tell us when it's coming yet. And new books. October 24th, Horus Heresy Rune Storm. Gulliman abandons the false dreams of Imperium Secundus as he leads his brothers into the Rune Storm. Alright, so I think this is the next book in the Horus Heresy, which would be awesome. So this follows the story of Gulliman, the Lion, and Sanguinius as they leave the Imperium Secundum. And so that should be good. Definitely going to pick that up. A book on Lorgar, my least favorite Primarch, and some other books. Video game news, Dawn of War 3. Looks pretty good. New downloadable content. Mordheim, Skirmish, some more merchandise. The Paint app. So the Paint app is pretty good. I guess I should do a review of the Paint app at some point. Maybe I'll just throw it in here. But so the Paint app is decent. I find that obviously they don't have, you can choose what paints you use to paint particular models in the GW style. They don't have every single model out there, but can be quite useful if you find, oh, I want a red that looks like Mechanicum red. So then you go here and they'll show you how to paint these various colors, like official GW colors with the shade and the highlight, and you can pick either using layer and edge highlighting or what you would use to dry brush. So it's pretty good that way. And then it also has this function which lets you keep track of, you can look up all your paints, like how you would paint certain types of grays, gray, dark gray, dirty gray, Sylvaneth bark, Space Wolves armor, Tal flesh sort of thing. And then it also has an inventory. So here's all their paints. And you can actually click which ones you have, and if you like, you can wish list it. And these are on my wish list right now. So when you go to the store next time, you don't know what to buy, whatever's on your wish list is what you need to buy. So I find I use that the most. Takes a few minutes just to go through and mark off all the colors that you have, and just to, otherwise it's a decent app. It's not groundbreaking, but it's free and it's pretty good. This is just a little feature on Total War 2. And so here, the runes of, so it's a little feature on Shadespire. So there's boards. So the core set includes 2 double-sided game boards. So you could link them up in many different ways as it shows here, which is pretty cool. Objective tokens, place your models. I'm gonna have to read through this at my leisure, but it looks pretty good. It's up for pre-order next weekend. And this really just kind of goes over basically how you play the game, which is pretty cool. With lots of illustrations and actually a kind of almost like the playthrough of a quick game. Like a battle report almost, so I'll have to read through this for sure, but it looks pretty fun. Cool. Yeah, definitely have to invest in that. So new expansions coming soon. So the Sepulchral Guard, 7 skeletons, which are these cool skeleton models. Definitely gonna pick those guys up, and you can only see the box there. And then Iron Skull's Boys, which is 4 orc boys. Pretty awesome. So designer notes on the new Death Guard. So if you're interested in Death Guard, be sure to read this article about how they designed all these miniatures. Pretty cool. Golden Demon. And of course, the amazing paintwork of Golden Demon winners. Things that I will never achieve in my lifetime, but some people are just that good. And this is the Golden Demon winner this year. This dude kneeling in front of this Nagash, which is crazy awesome. Crazy awesome. Just crazy awesome. Wow. Tyranids swarming Cadian lines. Alright, Tale of 4 Warlords. I think these are the same guys we've been following. Yes, it seems like a kind of a last stand battle with some people holed up in the middle. Again, Gulliman left at the end. Surprise, surprise. So battle report is what looks like Skaven versus Sylvaneth. Some pretty fantastic looking armies. We'll have to have a look at that. Collecting the Gretchen Revolution. Miniatures designer Maxime Pastoral-Lentis' impressive, incredibly bright Gretchen army. Wow, that's a lot of Gretchens, man. Pretty cool. Orcs have so much character that if you actually wanted to take the time and do it, I mean, look at this Morkanaut with his foot up in the air and the big sword up there, and the pirate dudes on the top with the, it's just so good. So good. And the pirate face, it's just so good. Illuminations. Some drawings, artwork. Blanchitsu. The Clash at Marrowbeak Spire. Wow. Look at this. Wow. That is very cool. With the clouds and everything. Wow. That is amazing. Ghouls crawling all over. That is so cool. There's a Terrorgeist on the side of the mountain there. That's amazing. Amazing. pillow stuffing for the clouds. All right, heavy metal. Create your own chapter. Castellans of the Rifts, Necropolis Hawks, Void Tridents. Paint Splatter. How to paint Typhus. Very interesting. And the Plague Brain Champion. Alternative Cadian colors. Interesting. Very cool. How to play Savlar Chem Dogs. Interesting. So here's how you get that kind of flak armor color. So Incubi Darkness, just kind of that dark green blacky color. Gnome Oil, Thunderhawk Blue, and Ministratum Gray. Interesting. Ventrilian Nobles. Some throwback stuff. Reader's models. Look at that guy. Pretty awesome. In the bunker, gonna play some Shadespire. Black Templars, Primaris Marines, Dawn of War 3, Crimson Fist, Work in Progress, Dark Angels, Aggressors. Bunker Warhammer 40k League. Storm Surge. Interesting color. Okay, that's it. Well, that's a quick read through this month's White Dwarf. And thanks very much for watching. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at /CanHammer. And we'll see you next time.